Tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
And it's Vazenkov with the rebound. Pass to Ward. Inside. That one's good. Vazenkov.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Back to James. Now, here's Tice. Down low. Here's Ward. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Fournier. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Will it go? Buries it from 3. Point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Right side, Joseph. Left side, Fournier. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now, here's Fournier. He has 5. Now Joseph, 6 to shoot. To the inside, Vazenkov.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Here's Nedovic. Makes it off the glass.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Left side, Joseph. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
James wide open. Offline with his 3.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
Driving the lane. Ward, good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Stolen by Joseph. Outside Fournier. Pass to Ward. Here's Hall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Vazenkov. Here's Ward. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Vazenkov. No good on the triple. And stolen by Fournier. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
A bit early to pick up foul number 2. He's got to be on his best behavior now.
Here's Joseph. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here he goes. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Pass to Ward. Outside Fournier. Three-pointer. And no good that time. Knocked loose. And stolen by Fournier. Here's Vazenkov. That one, no good. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some change. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And here's James outside. .152 left to play in the first quarter. Outside Fournier. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Fournier's got 7 points in the game.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Now here's Diallo. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. There's the screen. Just 4 to shoot. James with the bucket. .104 left in the first quarter of the game. Now here's Fournier. He's got 7. Pass to Ward. Now here's James. He's guarded by Fournier. Back to Tice. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Outside Fournier. Releases. It's hauled in by Diallo. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Joseph gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Here's Akobo. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Here's Dorsey. Misses the 3. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. They lead by 13. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill. And then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Ward, and he makes that one. Ward's got his second basket of the night.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Mirotic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Mirotic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Ward. He's got 5. And there it is for him. Ward's got 4 points this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
It's stolen. Swiped it away. Pass to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Now Dorsey. To the paint. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ward. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ntilikina. No good with the triple. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, well, the NBA keeping an open mind. Commissioner Adam Silver said, quote, "This is the only league that plays 48 minutes. I'm a fan of 10-minute quarters. A 2-hour format is more consistent with modern television habits, but it's such a dramatic change. Something like that would have to be talked about over time." Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Peters. The tray buries the long-range jumper.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Hayes. No good that time. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Out to the wing. They set the screen. And the shot is good. It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential. They put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay. And the next one puts him in the bonus. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Here's Ntilikina. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And that's an intentional foul. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Dorsey. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Hayes. Here's Wasengame. The shot's good from Hayes.
Yeah, well, passing it inside out is always a good idea. You can usually get your teammate a clean look.
There's the killer two-handed slam.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Ntilikina. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Hall. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And they're moving it up. Mirotic grabs the miss.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right and you still get a bad result.
Here's a Kobo. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Ntilikina. It's deflected.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Here's Hayes. Off target from three-point range. .133 left in the first half. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's James. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Pass to Dorsey. Off target from outside. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
A good look from James. Nails it from the high post. James has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, after struggling in the first period, he's turned it around. You can see the confidence growing.
Pass to Peters. The 3 hits the three-point bomb. Peters has got 8 points.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Here's the break. Here's Dorsey. And the 3 ball is good. Dorsey's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Pass to Tice. To the right side. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Delivering the blowout. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. The drive by James. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 8.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Vezenkov. It's Fournier on the wing. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Pass to Hall. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Now James uses the glass to finish the layup. James has got 10.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Vezenkov. It's rebounded by Tice. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the 3rd quarter. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Joseph looking around. Hall. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Outside, James. The offensive rebound. Pass to Tice. Clock at 6. There's the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Tice. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, Joseph. Outside, Fournier. The three-pointer off the mark. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
From deep, James. Rebounded by Hall. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Joseph, that's good.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
On the wing, James. He's got 10. Pass to Nedovic. 5 to shoot. The jump hook. The shot is good off the backboard. He's got 5.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Outside, Joseph. Hits it from three-point range. Joseph's got 12 in the game.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Count that one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Hall. Defended by Tice. Up top, Fournier. 7 points in the game. Goes up from the top of the key. Here's Hall with 1 on the clock. And he dunks it down.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Nedovic. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Down low. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
From the arc. And rattles out the dunk. You know, the layup might have been a better shot for him. Here's Vezenkov. Good. He's got 7. And so here's the home team. Outside, James. Pass to Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And here is Joseph. He's got 12. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. James with it. From downtown. Can't get it to go. Now 6 of 12 from the floor. Joseph with the ball. He's picked up by James. Pass to Vezenkov. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
James gets the bucket.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Pass to Fournier. Inside. 6 to shoot. Here's Nedovic. And here is James. And they're pushing it up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, that's 4 turnovers for him on the game. Giving away possessions will not endear him to his coaching staff.
Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Peters. Here's Ntilikina. The rebound by James. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Diallo. Shot clock at 6. And he converts the layup. Diallo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Ntilikina looking it over. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the first. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Outside Mirotic. Back to Hayes. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Left side Fournier. And he banks in the layup.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Mirotic. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. He's off on the first. And you think about the balance of power between the conferences. How about this, Greg? In the last 26 years, there have only been 3 Eastern Conference teams favored to win the NBA Finals.
2011 Heat, the 2013 Heat, and then the 2024 Boston Celtics. So for those arguing for top 16 seeding in the playoffs, this might be your go-to stat.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Okobo looking over the floor. No good that time.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Ntilikina. They set the pick. Out to the right wing. Clock at 4. Fournier, that's for 2. Can't hit the step-back jump shot.
You can't play better defense than that, patrolling that mid-range area.
And so they foul intentionally. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pass to Hayes. And he drops it in from the low post.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And he drives in. The shot's good from Ntilikina. Here's a Kobo. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. To the paint. Here's Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
Pass to Peters. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Yeah, well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
The shot's good from Fournier. Here's a Kobo. Mirotic the screen. Will stand one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things. And a lot of times, those foul baiters end up taking bad shots.
They get it back. Hall. Here's Vazenkov. And it goes down 2 points. And so here's the home team. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. It's good.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Six on the shot clock. Here's Hall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws. Now James. Driving in. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
The shot's good from Ntilikina.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
And stolen by James. Knocked away. Pass to Tice. Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
Here's Vazenkov. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night. Here's James. .136 left in the fourth quarter. Lays it up off the glass. James has got 4 this quarter.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out. .114 left in the fourth.
Clock at 6. Dorsey. Good on the three-point shot.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on.
Yeah, it's so frustrating as a coach when it takes your team this long to get into a rhythm.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
34 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Ward. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
From deep, James drills the three-pointer. Here's Ntilikina. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.